Today we're going to do a deep dive into lip lines, and I need to share my journey with you because I'm 56 years old and it was about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago when I really changed my life. I used to work in a treatment room all day, eyes closed, beautiful music. That was how I spent my day. And then my life shifted and I ended up being in front of a computer and a phone, which honestly, prior to that, I didn't even own a computer. So I'm a bit of a Luddite, but of course, for the sake of business, I had to move in and get computers and technology. And the combination of the changing of my pattern of how I lived my life, looking down at the screens, the stress that I was going through as I was going through this shift in my life, it created me habitually pursing my lips. And I really noticed this when I was doing a Zoom call one day and something triggered me and I was like angry and I'm like, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I also saw my lip lines really quickly forming, which was a little bit scary because I'm here to teach fascia decompression and youthful aging and all of these things. So that was about 10 years ago. One of the big things that I've really been focused on is understanding that what we do all the time adds up to create where we are. So what I did was I created the habit of being in a bit of a smile as my natural resting face. That was one of the things. And believe me, I still catch myself pursing. Like it's one of those things that we just have to be on top of all the time. But these things matter. So backtracking to when I was a child, every day for years, I had a nosebleed only on the left side. And it was a gusher every single time. So for like 45 minutes a day, I'd be pushing my nostril over to the right to stop the blood from coming out. I ended up creating this spiral pattern over here with my face. I would see it when I would be looking at myself talking on Zoom. I would see how my jaw would get drawn over to one side all the time. And I would actually try to consciously correct it. And I mean, you can't because like that's fascia, right? Like we're talking magnetics and the patterning that gets so built into our structure. Another thing though, you might see right now that I have a big crack in my lip. This is really exciting for me. I have to share that for most of my life, my lips have been one of my more sensitive areas. I've always had to put lip balm on them. They're always kind of irritated and agitated. And there's a technique that I share with people where I'm putting my fingers in here and then stretching the lips to keep the space in the lips. And whenever I did that, it was like a white band of adhesion, scar tissue all in my lips. About 3.5 months ago is when I started doing the tongue decompression technique every single day. Basically, you've got your fingers in your mouth. We're working below here. I'm broadening the jaw through this technique. So every single day, that is my morning practice now. What was fascinating was about 5 weeks ago, I ended up with a crack all the way down, not all the way up to my nose, but like above my lip line, it was a crack. You can still see it here, but it was like a deep crack. And believe me, it was painful. Every time I smiled, it would bleed for a little bit. Just sharing, it is a little challenging for me to talk right now just because of this. It's painful, but I'm so excited. So anyway, 5 weeks ago, I have this split, but I'm excited because I'm starting to see my top of my lip line. I've never seen my top lip lines before. And now my lip is starting to plump and plump and plump. And as I continue to work with that technique, also I'm working, pulling those lips apart so that I can keep bringing more blood into the space, as well as all the other fascia work that I do. Not only do I have the crack here, but maybe you can see it. As I smile, you can see cracks along the way where there's white and then there's color, because each time, and the sloughing of tissue off of my lips, it's quite gross, but it's like I'm shedding layers and layers of old skin so I can bring this new skin to the forefront. Like my lips are fuller than they've ever been in my life. And this is 5 weeks. I'm assuming this journey is going to take me another few months, not sure how long, but there's a lot of rebuilding to do. This has been a lifetime issue for me. Part of it is expression, right? If you don't share what your heart wants to say all the time and you're holding back expression, you end up pursing your lips as well. So there's an emotional component, there's a physical component. I mean, all of it adds up to create the situation that we're in. I'm in this right now and I'm thrilled. It ain't fun. Like it's not fun. It hurts. Every time I smile, when I eat, it's irritating, but the changes in the pain and the irritation, I'm going in the right direction. I'm thrilled with how my lips look for the first time in my life, to be honest. And I'm very excited to get on the other side of this, to be able to just smile freely and not be so aware of my lips every single day. If lip lines are something you're concerned about, mine have really dramatically decreased as my lips have become fuller. Another thing I've noticed from doing this, my gums are starting to fill up more as well. Tongue decompression technique. Give it a try. Start. Be aware, healing crises will happen, but if you actually want to change the game in your body, you have to pull out the old to bring in the new. And that's what this is all about.